Hey everyone, this is Louisa Munson. You might know me as Mrs. M, and you're listening to the highlights of our ebook Should I Move to Portugal, which is celebrating the first 5 years of our family life in this amazing country.
Diddle-a-doo. Good morning to you, Munson here, and I've just hot-footed it from the most amazing breakfast show this morning. Talked to Mark Ladelmayer in the Azores, the sun on his face, and Mount Pico in the distance. That was beautiful. And then in this last, just 5 minutes ago, talking to M. McGowan about conscious dying and death doulaing and just attitudes towards death that are coming up, grief, and what goes on in Portugal. So watch out for further interviews and maybe even a workshop with M. Very profound stuff this morning. Anyway, onward with reading Should I Move to Portugal? Reading from, and your excerpt today, Tickled by Tomar. Until I love this picture that you might be able to see either on the podcast cover or if you're looking at the video, you'll be able to see this now. Quite extraordinary. One day in the São João Baptista Church in Tomar. Have you ever wondered how they dust a church? That's the biggest tickling stick feather duster I have ever seen in my life. It's almost a kind of divine dusting and a blessing in its own way. Anyway, tickled by Tomar until, plot twist here for us, Tomar was, and it still is, the gift that keeps on giving. We're always happy to make the pilgrimage back there, whether for business pleasure or to see great friends made early on in our lives here in Portugal. Those were precious times in Tomar, with many memories made of long, hot Indian summer days, cool, misty evenings, wandering through moody medieval streets, and mysteries solved, like the one I just mentioned. How do you dust the ornate gilt work in an unassuming, at least from the outside, church? We're happy here in our first month with a base camp established on the outskirts of Tomar. We enjoy our daily forays into Portuguese life that build familiarity, friendship, and frameworks for creating a new life. However, as the old saying goes, there's no smoke without fire. And over to Mrs. M here for a quote. The funny thing is, at this time, she says, is that I remember Digby, as our eldest son, asking, Mama, did you light an incense stick in the camper van? Well, we couldn't understand what he meant by this, and a few moments later, we could smell the smoke of a nearby eucalyptus plantation fire. More and more, and what with horrific wildfire footage almost continuously on Portuguese TV, or so it seemed, the clear and present danger of fire began to spook us. Tomar town one day made eerie by the strange behavior of birds. You know, like that thing they said with tsunamis, the animals get freaked out and fly inland or leave the coast and go inland. It's what it reminded me of, that idea. I think there were starlings like in a flock, but they normally do that at dusk, don't they? Well, the birds were flying around in a strange way during the day in Tomar, and things were adding up, like all the footage on the TV, the smell in the air. I was getting more and more freaked out, basically. So yes, strange behavior of birds, the haunting aroma of smoke in the air, and this was enough to make us have a snap decision to leave Tomar, at least for a few days. We headed for the coast in fear and, quite honestly, in panic. That's a plot twist, which I'll tell you about next as we continue our excerpts from Should I Move to Portugal. Thank you for being here. And if don't forget, this is available on coffee.com. You might read it there. That's where it's first published. ko-fi.com/GMP. It's on YouTube and it's also a podcast. Thank you very much. See you again tomorrow. Bye for now.
So we hope you're enjoying listening to our adventures. Don't forget that Good Morning Portugal is all about helping you to feel at home in Portugal. And if you'd like to know more about how we can help you on your journey, just go to www.goodmorningportugal.com.